got up feeling a bit sluggish. Hi guys, my name is Crystal. I'm a 53-year-old female from Rochester in Kent, which is in the Medway town. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 7:36 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Friday the 29th of April.
And Alexa, the weather in Rochester. Alexa, the weather. Alexa, the weather.
In Rochester, it's 7 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 12 degrees and a low of 4 degrees. By the way, if you want to hear an interesting bit of trivia for the day, just say, good morning.
Good morning. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. Aretha Franklin's song Respect was first released on this day in 1967. Unbelievable vocals and an empowering message. That's what it means to me.
Hi, Alexa is beginning to speak to me now every morning and saying new facts and things, which is quite interesting. So I've made myself a lovely cup of Kenco coffee, 2-in-1 smooth white coffee from Sainsbury's. That's what I'm drinking at the moment. Since last week I've had a headache on the right side of my head, and I'm going really red in the face, and I feel really hot. But that's probably because of my age and what I'm going through, hopefully. So yeah, last night I was sat talking to somebody on WhatsApp. We exchanged photographs and talk. Because that's what you do when you try and make friends. You exchange photographs and you talk with each other. That's what I do. I took Max out for a walk approximately 7:15 p.m. last night, and it was a decent walk. There was hardly anybody on the field, and I was able to take Max off the lead, and he likes to run about, and I like to get him some exercise. So it was pretty okay last night. Came back home and I stuck Talking Pictures TV on. It was quite a disturbing film that was on. It was about blind people. It was an old film and I can't even remember what it was called. But I watched that before I went to bed. It was about a young boy who was going blind, and it was just weird and bizarre because he stabbed a dog in the eye with a knitting needle. And I watched that before I went to bed. So it's no wonder I had weird dreams and woke up a bit early in the early hours of the morning. I don't even know what the film was. It was really, really quite old. I think it was the 70s. So I watched that while I was talking to people on WhatsApp, and then I was playing this Grand Mafia game as well. So not really much happened yesterday, but I do the same things every evening, to be honest, because I'm by myself. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I just put the telly on and watch film. My mum had rung me a couple of times during the day, so I have been getting a bad headache. So I've got up this morning with the intention of taking Max for a walk later on. It's not really, really warm, but with the heating on in here it does get warm, hence I've got the shorts on, but when I go outside I will put some leggings on. So let's just quickly go outside. We're here in Rochester, and the builders are not working as yet. They work around 8 o'clock. unfortunately, I have woken up with a headache on the right side of my head. When I turned on the radio, they were talking about extortionate gas and electric bills and the hike in electricity and gas, and don't I know about it. All that I can do about this electric and gas, which is worrying me because they can start harassing you for money, sending people around and all that kind of thing, is it's £400, right? £409 at the moment. I can't afford anything right now. On the 14th of May I can pay £120. And then 2 weeks after that I'll pay another 120. That's 240. And then I'll have to keep paying £120 every 2 weeks to pay this bill off. And you know, to keep up with the demand, I'm going to have to, you know, once a month, I'm going to have to go without necessities. So, because if it's going to be £240, if my electric and gas is going to be £240 a month, right, then I only get £400 a month, just over £400 a month. So how am I supposed to afford to eat and buy basic toiletries when all my money's going on the electric and gas? And there's other bills to pay. There's not just electric and gas. There's the council tax. This guy was doing this yesterday. That builder was doing that yesterday. That's what started my headache off. He's got a rusty wheelbarrow, so that they're arriving early to go round that trench again. And he's got a rusty wheelbarrow, and it keeps making a noise when he wheels it. And that's what started my pulsating headache last night. Builder's starting work. So it's 7:45. I'm up already. They haven't woken me up out of my bed like they usually do. 7:45. We've got that racket. It's going to start. Constant noise, I suppose. Alexa, can you put LBC radio on?
LBC London's global player.
And also at the same time, you know, I'm sure you're the same. You pass through Calais and you know, others, you know, it's not the nicest place, you know, to spend, you know, an extended period of time, especially in the conditions they have there. So,
James, thank you for that. Have yourself a good weekend. We have to move on. It's interesting, isn't it? These last 8 days, not a word of coverage of this on the BBC. Not a word. Listeners sometimes need to question their news judgment and news values. And I say again, I'm not handing this as a complete success. It's not. But my goodness me, it's the turn of the tide, if I use that expression, coming up after the news.
A mother in Birmingham who converted one of her son's inhaler into a pipe for smoking crack cocaine has been jailed for 20 years for manslaughter by gross neglect. With more on this case for LBC, I'm Josh Giltrap.
Plus later in the show, indeed in the last hour of the show, it takes something to be slow handcrapped by the WI, the Women's Institute. That befell Sir Tony Blair when he was just simply Tony Blair. Oh, he was also the PM.
I've spent a long time trying to work very hard on the National Health Service. Thank you very much.
That's lovely. Oh, I speak as the son of a woman my mum was president of one particular WI branch. It takes a lot to employ those ladies.
Alexa,
That's later in the show.
Alexa, stop. Just going to ring 121. This is a different phone. Apparently my mum's left me a message. I'm ringing 121. Call it.
Janessa, I hope I've got the right number to ring you because she's lost your other phones, etc. And I'm phoning you this afternoon as I promised. Just hoping you're okay, Nessie. Any problems, then give me a ring. And I'll give you tonight's call as usual, okay? Just a quick call to let you know I do care and I have rung you. All right, Janessa, keep in touch. Bye for now. Love, Mum.
Right, that's my mum ringing. That's my mum ringing on that phone. Max is protecting me. That builder with the wheelbarrow has gone underneath the balcony and dogs bark when they hear a noise or they think someone's at the door. So Max is just doing what a dog does. He's barking because he's protecting me. Because that guy was staring up at the balcony and looking, and they're making a noise underneath the balcony. So that's all dogs do. They bark to protect. There's nothing wrong with that. Now we've got coughing. The coughing started as well. I have got a headache. Right, guys, so I hope everyone has a good Friday. The weekend here in Rochester, we have the Sweets Festival this weekend. So there's going to be a lot of music and noise in Rochester at the weekend. Right? But I have to say, since I've been going back to see my mum again, this has all started. All these men hovering about, all the noise, it's all started again.